Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Thrilos Global. We're here today on the podcast talking about Panathinaikos game today. We're talking about transfers in the January window. We're going to be talking about a few things going on in the world of Olympiacos right now. Obviously, after today's game, 2-0 to Panathinaikos, it was a rough day, to say the least, but that's what we're here for. We're here to talk about it. I'm your host, William, and with me is Dionisi. How are you, man?
I'm good, as good
Yeah.
as I can be. Just glad I'm back here to talk about everything freely.
Yeah, there's tons of talking points today, I feel like.
Just glad to have you back on as well.
Yeah. Well, I've been gone for a bit, a few changes going on in my life, so had to really pick a good time that's good for both of us, so we can both hop on here and talk about it. So yeah, we'll be your host for today. We're gonna be talking first about the game. Do you want to start, Dionisi? Where did we start?
Best starting point is the lineup, I think. Because
Okay.
what even was the starting lineup today?
Oh.
Don't even know where to start, honestly.
Well, my first thoughts on the lineup, when it came out, I kind of suspected them to really target that left flank, like our left-hand side. Well, like we had Richards there and we had Ortega there. Ortega hasn't been in the best form lately, and Richards, he doesn't. It's not. He's a left back, right? Or am I wrong? He can play left wing, but he is a left back.
Richards
Right?
is mainly a left back, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'll say what I said to the people I was watching the game with, and I wanted to tell you guys as well. Brinic played for the B team yesterday.
Mm.
We for some reason have him in the B team.
We have Martins, we have Masuras, we have Fortunis, we have.
I mean, to be fair, Martins was out.
Yeah, Martins was out. I can't think of who else could take a spot. Like for me,
Honestly, even
Podence,
Potenza. Yeah.
he for me, he's been disappointing lately. Podence. I'm not sure.
The very little he did today, he did
Yeah,
better than most people in the pitch. We're
yeah,
gonna talk about the subs later because that
yeah.
was a tragedy of its own.
No, I can't help but agree with you. There was a lot of questionable things that happened, especially with coaching today. I found that we came out looking pretty defensive. Did you also pick up on that vibe?
I feel like we came out with no plan once again.
Once again, is right. That's another thing we're going to talk about is the overall progression of this team. But like tactically, I found that a lot of times we were looking pretty defensive and at times even standoffish. I found that when we did get back to defend, Panathinaikos had a way of just dancing around us. Like they were passing the ball in circles. You know what I mean? It was. It looked like we were struggling to defend.
Don't even know how to pronounce the man's name. That striker. We made him look like fucking prime
Yeah.
Lewandowski. I don't know how that happened.
I honestly don't know who that guy is. I saw the team sheet and I was like very confused because I thought they would be having Yanidis up there, but
Both him and Sporar are not that it matters as it seems, but both him and Sporar are out with an injury, as far as I've heard.
Okay. Even without him, we couldn't manage even a point.
Yeah.
It says a lot. It says a lot about the team right now, and we'll continue to talk about the game, but we are going to talk about that stuff later. We have to talk about the progression and the transfers that came in, and when we have to.
Today's going to be a long show for everyone.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Decides to stick with us.
But you know what? These are conversations we have to have right now because after that loss, who knows what's going to happen with Caballel, because the way we change managers, it's like socks, right? Like we change managers like socks.
Surely not, right? Like we have our February schedule is offy next weekend. Then we have the first leg in the Conference League.
Oh,
Then we have PAOK, which will be the first game with fans. So we are traveling to Tuba, which will be
goodness.
full. Then we have Europe again. Like surely you dug your own grave. You have to lie in it now.
Yeah, 100%. No, I agree.
Unless for anyone who, even you will, I don't know if you saw the photo that I put out announcing the live. I'll say what I had said before Carvalhal came in. Give Bagasa a chance.
Sorry.
Give Bagasa a chance. Arieli Bagasa. The beating coach.
Yeah.
Our former player, Arieli Bagasa.
Okay. Yeah.
But give him a chance at this point.
I've seen that going around where people have been wanting to bring him in because he was a fantastic player, and I've heard he's a great coach.
How bad can he be?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, it can't be much
How
worse than
much
this.
worse can he be? Plus,
And
he'll
that's the
play.
thing.
He'll play the talent that's needed to be played.
Yeah.
He has an
Oh,
amazing eye for young talent. To be fair to the man.
and we've been seeing Costulas, like how well he's doing right now. We've been seeing
What
this.
a
It's not
goal,
like
by
oh,
the way. What a goal.
wow.
There is a
Like,
reason Bayern Munich wanted him.
but that's the thing. Like, if there's teams that are wanting to come in for our youth players and we're hanging on to them, and elite coaches and elite staff like that, like Bayern Munich, they have an elite staff there, 100%, that know a lot about football. So if you see a team like that come in for a player like Costulas, that should say, oh, there's other teams that want him. He has something to offer. What can he offer me? Take a look at what these kids offer. Take a look at what they can do. If the pros outweigh the cons, you bring him into the team. Am I wrong? Like, Algassim Ba is another great example. We need some
That's
pace up
what.
front. We need some energy.
That's what I was gonna say. Like I saw today as well. Like I feel like I say this. I've been on what maybe 10, 11 shows on the bounce now. I feel like I've said this every show. Like I saw people saying like, why doesn't he play?
Algassim Ba needs to get some minutes, 100%.
Don't get it.
I think about it like you have El Kabi, and he's a finisher. He finishes goals when he gets the chance. He can't create them, in my
I mean,
opinion,
it's
at least.
the same with Navarro. No?
Yeah, Navarro's a bit more. How do I say it? I don't know the word for it, but he offers something a little bit different from what El Kabi offers, just simply because he's a bit more.
He's a more
Like
out and out striker.
yeah, and you don't
than
find him as
McTominay.
much behind the defense. Like he
Yeah.
always shows to the ball, which is nice. It's nice to have a player like that in there. Even who is it? Ike? Because Levi Garcia is not an out and out striker, right? Like he's
He
more of a
used to be a
winger.
winger, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't think he's an out and out striker, but that's what teams are doing. They're building like players so that they can move the ball quickly, get more opportunities in general, not just for one player, which is I think what we should be leaning towards as well. We like Fortunis came on and he was great. Like that one shot,
When we get to
too bad.
him, I am gonna talk about another reason why I really don't like some Greek fans, especially of our club.
Okay. Yeah. Well, Fortunis is there's some things, we'll call them things, going on with him. There's some fear right now over his contract and stuff, but we'll talk about that in a bit. In terms of the game today, from a player standpoint, a tactical standpoint, do you have any other thoughts that we should be talking about?
Just by now we'll focus on the lineup 1-1, but I really didn't feel like. I know this takes a lot to say, but I feel like this was his worst game tactically.
Yeah.
And we've seen some horrible things, but I feel like this one was the worst.
Can't help but agree with you. It was pretty dire today. Like it wasn't great. I didn't like what I was seeing, and I know that we were saying that in the chat. The play seemed a little slow at times. We struggled to complete some easy passes. Players were losing their footing, and here's another thing, right? This I've been talking about this for a while too. These players don't look unified.
No.
Have you noticed that? You've noticed that too, right?
They look like they barely know each other's names.
A lot of complaining from Masuras with his hands up. And
13 shots and we had only 4 on target. Just wanted to say that.
And we didn't even have a shot on target before. Like all those shots on target were in the second half, I think.
We had 1 on target in the first half. 1. And we had 6 shots. Panathinaikos had 11 shots and 7 of them were on target.
You know what? That's an insane stat right there. That is crazy. We had 4 shots in the whole game on target. That's dire. We need some help. I don't know what it's going to take to get this team back on its feet. I feel like we knew this was going to be a season of rebuilding going into it. And then that thought kind of left our head when we fired Martinez. Well, whoever fired Martinez. I did not want the guy gone. I know a lot of other fans didn't, but here we are with Gabriel. But our mindset's kind of changed, right? Like I feel like mine did for sure.
I think everyone's did.
Yeah, looking at the season from that point on, there was a lot more.
Even the few fans, sorry to cut you off again, but even the few fans that had anything positive to say about him, I think after the mistakes today and after the press conference after the game, I think all that is gone. Because I've even been a bit hopeful because I can't say that you're not like that much different than me. We've both been a spoiled generation of titles and wins and a lot of things. Like, didn't grow up with Giovanni, but I grew up with Alejandro Dominguez, for example. I saw Zebur, I saw Campiastro, I can name countless players. So,
yeah,
you can't come out and say that, yeah, it was an important game, but it was insignificant when you play arguably the biggest derby.
That still boggles my mind, that quote. Like that's such a I don't even know what he was going. What was he going for
where
there?
You are. He wants to take the blame off himself.
But there's no one to. There's. I can't say
there are some people to blame.
Yeah, there are multiple people to blame, but he is one of them.
He didn't hire himself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but that's the thing we were talking about earlier with Martinez and the new staff that came in. Like, we expected something like to click because we were steady and rebuilding at the beginning of the season. In my opinion, we're regressing as a club.
That's right the problem. Now. It did click at the start. Like you've said previous times as well, we had a very solid unbeaten streak.
Beginning of the season. It was great. Yeah. We got off to a hot start.
Can't say I was not critical of Martinez. Do I take everything back now that we're 10 times worse? Yes, I do.
Yeah. But that's the thing. Sorry, I cut you off, man. Go ahead.
One thing that I did like about him is that he took the blame.
Yeah. When we were having a rough moment, he would say, he would apologize. And so would the players, though. Like, it seems like the whole mentality in the clubs just changed.
Like, I feel like he's lost it.
Yeah, I feel like he's lost
the locker room already.
I thought so 2 weeks ago. honestly, I was seeing it with Ndoye, and I was seeing it with Masuras, and we're not getting the best out of Fortunis. Ortega's form has dropped off. Camara's not in the team anymore. Martinez was the only reason he wanted to stay. I guarantee it.
He's a different subject. He's a totally
do
different
we even
subject.
want to talk about that today? Like, what a dumpster fire, man. Like,
We'll talk about everything.
yeah.
Surely.
Okay.
It will come up in the transfers.
I don't even know much about what's going on with him. All I know is
I
that.
know a bit.
But you know what? Even that penalty shot that he missed, Vrusai went up to him and tried to high five him and just say, like, he went up to him to, I don't know, comfort him, I guess. I don't know. But Camara got pissed at the guy. Like, man, he's your teammate. You guys need to work together to, like, you guys are teammates.
Do you want to just get it over with now? Like, do you want
Camara?
me to say what I know happened? Yeah.
Camara? Yeah. Let's hear about Camara.
There was an article today by, I can't remember the name for the life of me. It's an Italian journalist site.
Okay.
And even some Greek sites had said that he refused to move to Sassuolo recently. And that's the main reason.
Sorry, did you say refuse to move?
Yes, I did say refused.
What? So when did that happen?
I think in the latter days of January. I mean now, this transfer window, as far as I know. And that's why he got called to. He got frozen out of the squad, basically.
Right. Well, that's clear. He hasn't been
reason.
playing.
Yes.
The thing I don't understand is there's still, well, I do understand it because, you know, we are Olympiacos. There's no communication whatsoever. Like, we have no idea what's going on with some, like, with Camara. We don't know, like, the exact reason, do we? Or is that the exact reason and that's why he's out?
That's everything that's been semi-public by some people.
So,
still no communication, of course.
Yeah. You know, I don't know what to say about Camara, man. Like, he for all he's done for the club, I hate talking bad about him because he was, like, such a special player, especially for Martins. Like, I found that, like, he was quite a player. And even this year under Martinez, he had some great moments. But if it's time to go, it's time to go. You know what I mean? We got to move past.
I don't want to sound like greedy above the player. I mean, the team is above every player, of course.
Yeah.
But there have been so many better players that have shown so much respect to the club.
Yeah.
Even recently. So I think he himself destroyed everything that he had built up here.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say that's accurate, and I'm sure that's the case with a lot of fans. But for me personally, I still, like, have a soft spot for the guy because, you know, he was a part of quite a good team. And you're right, though, there are better players that have been here and that have shown more and that have showed more heart. I find that we're lacking that. We're lacking that identity. I feel like we're losing it. There's players like. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Did you see the game from the? We both have a lot to say, of course.
Yeah, we're cutting each other off nonstop.
Did you see the game from the start? Did you see the game at all?
Yes, yeah. I missed the first 10 minutes, maybe.
Did you see the Alexandropoulos fight?
Yeah. I didn't see it. I saw.
Like.
No, I don't think I saw that. No.
Jedvai fell on his own, like that was very clear, and he pretty sure he said something. He got up and pushed Alexandropoulos, and he went up against the whole Panathinaikos team, even former teammates. Like, if half the squad had the passion of a kid that's loaned in, let me remind you, there have been no moves yet, as far as I know, of buying him. if half the squad still had that passion, we'd be in a way better position than we are now.
That's the thing. There's two types of players in this team right now. There's two completely like separate classes of players right now, because some players are fighting, like Sotiris, who we need to put pen to paper. If we don't, that's going to be one of the biggest mistakes we make.
Stupid mistake. Yeah.
If we do not buy Alexandropoulos and we stay with Chiquinho, Horta, and Heze, man, we need a bit of fire
Don't forget,
in there, man.
Don't forget, Horta is alone as well.
So is he 6 month or 12-month loan?
6 months.
Ah, lovely. Here, you know what? At this point in time, I'm honestly done with the loans. I get it. We have FFP issues.
Oh, it's stupid. Come on.
But like, these loans need to stop, man. They're only here for 6 to 12 months. Why don't we get players in that we can build on, or bring players up from the youth academy, man? We have good players in the youth academy. There's good players in the B team. Man, utilize what these players are offering. I feel like Vrusai as well could have been a great backup option instead of freaking Kini, because Kini should not be there, in my opinion.
Because he of course went to Rio Ave.
Yeah. We're third in the pecking order right now, is what it seems like to me.
And it's been presented as a loan. It is a loan. For now, it is a loan. Can't say like I know everything perfectly. But the man is out of contract at the end of the season, and there have been no moves to renew him. I have no clue what will happen.
For who?
In the summer. For Brusai. I don't think he's renewed.
So he could walk as well, huh?
Yeah, but it seems he is.
We're going to have no Greek players in this Greek team. We're going to have no Greek players in this Greek team, man. We're a Greek team, and we're going to have no Greek players.
I want to talk about another thing that I haven't yet, but I'll leave that for further down the show.
Okay. Well, there's a few things that you wanted to talk about too. Like, even I know you wanted to talk about basketball as well.
That can be. We have too much to say to talk about basketball.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure if you wanted to.
I'll make that a different show, though.
Okay. All right. Yeah, no problem. Okay. Well, so what should we talk about next? Because we've talked about like the game today a bit. Certain other things like
touch on the subs a bit today, because like, even if you know the tiniest bit about the team, seeing that the first sub was Alexandropoulos, who's arguably been your best player in the first half.
Yeah.
At least one of them. For Kini, who's been one of your worst in the squad.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, Fortunis came in for Richard, which was okay, like, I get that.
Yeah.
And Del Cab came in for Ortega to play on the wing, which, again, for the options we had on the bench, I get. In general, I don't.
Continue with the substitutions.
You see I'll say the last two because they were stupid as well. You see the B team dropping 3-4, I think, on the last game. Like, Kostulas, as you said, had a goal and 2 assists, I'm pretty sure.
I think it was
last
2.
Game.
Yeah.
Bach had an incredible game. Zvoros had an incredible game. Even Brinic had a very good game. As far as I heard, they won't act like I saw the game. But I try and keep up the best I can. And you see the bench, and the best player you have is Fortunis, who is your best player in the squad.
Who should be starting. And that's I might go off on a rant about Fortunis in a bit, because that it's starting to piss me off.
Yeah, I'll join.
Yeah. Good.
I'll finish off on the subs really quickly. Then you
Yeah,
sub in Podence in the 70th minute for
way too
Navarro.
late.
And you put him left mid, by the way. He was playing. I know that didn't really show because of how horrible we were tactically, but he was
Mm,
playing 4-4-2 and not 4-3-3
mm.
today. And then you put Orta, who's supposedly your best transfer. Is it too much to say that in
I
this window?
I like
One,
Vezo.
one that I mean that we have seen out of Chiquini Orta and
Yes, yeah.
Carmon now. He's
Mm,
been your best and Navarro. So much has happened. I forget Navarro came at the start
I
of the month.
know, I know.
Uh, and Navarro, who's been arguably your most talented one. Let's
Mm,
say that. You put him on in the 77,
yeah.
subbing out your second best midfielder today, by the way.
Mm.
But I don't know what he expected. I really don't.
I don't know. Again, the very questionable subs. Keeney should not have touched the field, in my opinion. I think we have to move
Kini should
past
not
him.
have. Kini should not have had a half. He played 45.
Yeah,
Do you know
it's
what I would have
poor game
done?
management.
Like, Kini and Deborah were the first transfers of the team, and they were supposed to help with the qualifiers and then be third choice options, especially Kenny.
Yeah,
Ibora, as it seems, because I'm looking at the bench and he's nowhere to be found, is gone.
yeah. What, they terminate his
And
contract?
no clue. I heard nothing.
Yeah.
I heard that he was gonna go, but I heard absolutely nothing in general.
Well,
And Keane is getting halves. Like
yeah.
fucking honestly, today I'd have rather Carvalho.
Mm, I don't know. I'm not a Carvalho.
Neither
No,
am I. Sapin
no.
Jovetic.
Yeah, I would have rather him.
Anyone.
Yeah,
Anyone.
yeah,
Genuinely put on. You fucked up the game completely.
yeah,
Put on the kid. Put on Abe. Abe.
yeah.
I don't know how to pronounce his name yet.
Oh yeah. What's the name? Abby.
Yeah, something.
Is it Abby? He's
The
English, right? Abby.
yeah,
Okay.
probably
Yeah.
it's that.
Okay.
The young center back we bought. Put
Yeah.
him on.
Exactly.
Carmo has been horrific, in my
Yeah.
opinion, at least.
That was a
He's
rough
been
game.
absolutely horrible.
There's one positive about him, and I'm going to sneak this in right now, and that's the fact that he's stature and he can win the ball,
Yeah,
which was what Perozo was doing.
yeah. What?
Again,
we'll get into the transfers, but
I knew
he's
you were
off.
gonna be pissed.
He's gone. I don't know if you saw that. He's gone.
Yeah, he's off. Yeah,
he's off to Turkey. I don't know if he got announced, but he's off to Turkey. Another. I will go into a million tangents today, but another random thing.
Yeah.
Just dropping this in as well because I'm one of the few people who tried to be positive about him too.
Okay.
Biel had an amazing game for Augsburg on his debut. I'll just say that.
For who?
I'll just say that. He's off to Augsburg, to Germany.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah.
He played. He got his debut, and he played very well, as far as I've heard. I'll just say that.
Where did he play? What position? Do you know?
Let me check, actually. You start the Fortunis rant, and I'll
Okay.
check.
All right. Well, it was funny because you were talking about the Fortuny substitution, and here's my issue with the sub. He is the one player that no matter how he's playing, he can change the game. He can change the game instantly, like just his presence. You know what I mean? He's our star man. He's our captain. He's the most important player on this team, and there's no question because he scores. He creates plays from the middle of the park in the final third. He gets touches in the box. He controls the ball. He's got his head up already looking for a pass. He's 3 steps ahead of 90% of the players on the field. And you sub him in the second half in a derby game against Panathinaikos. And Richards started at left wing. And we had a goal immediately down that flank where I said at the beginning of the game, Ortega,
to be fair, it was Ortega's fault.
It was,
to be totally fair.
It was.
And I mean, talking about the goal, I'll go off the Fortunis rant in a bit.
Yeah.
But talking about the goal, such a stupid goal.
Yeah.
Like, he hit the post on his own.
Mm-hmm. No.
But I don't get it. Really.
No. You got to be falling back. You got to fight for the ball still. Like, there's a chance that might happen where Bernard is going to miss a wide open net. It was wide open. Like, I don't know how he missed that one, but he did. And our players had already given up. And even after the goal, you could see the faces of everybody. And I know
Guess
that
where
face,
BL played?
You know? Where?
Second striker.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's very funny.
Forget it, man. I don't even know what to say anymore, man. It's frustrating right now. To continue with the Fortunis rant, though, I know that he doesn't have the legs to track back 24/7 and help out Ortega. Keep Alexandropoulos on the field. He's got enough energy to play 5 games in one day. Like, this guy can run for did you see the run at the beginning of the game where he ran through? He
almost scored.
Yeah. He almost scored that sidekick too. I would have loved that if that went in. Yeah.
I'll be defending Richards for a bit because I genuinely like him as a player. I do too,
yeah.
He hadn't played a game, let alone started, since the 10th of January.
Okay.
He'd been frozen out for the squad a month, basically. And then you throw him in arguably your most important game of the year, this far at least.
Well,
out of position, and you expect him to do something.
And I'm gonna bring that back to the manager. You know what? I might go on a rant about him too. We're 30 minutes in. We got the time, and I want to talk about this guy because what I'm seeing is at least for me, in my opinion, like it's not good football. We're having trouble completing passes. Defensively, we don't look strong. We look worse. We had this team going under Martinez. Players were playing for him. They were playing for each other. We were on a hot streak. We were doing well in Europe, other than the Freiburg game. There were a few other games. But
can you really count Bachka?
Which one? The one that, like the first one, like the
Bachka Carvalhal. Because everyone was going off about we scored 5. Like we
scored 5. Yeah, and then we lost.
They're worse than fucking Atromitos.
Yeah. And we lost to Atromitos. The reverse fixture, I was there for the game. We won 4-0.
That was a draw. The Atromitos game was a draw.
Yeah,
we lost Flamia, which is even worse.
Yeah. They were further down the table at that point, right?
Now they are 6th, I think.
Yeah, they're higher up. They're on a hot streak, yeah. But like again, Atromitos, we couldn't score against them under Carvalhal. Our attack looks like struggling, in my opinion. It looks
it's
like
every man for himself.
It is. It reminds me of last year. How many players did we lose or use last year? 45 in one season? 4 managers, 45 players.
With the transfers now, it's been in 2 seasons. It's been 6 managers and around 75 players.
Oh my God. Are you kidding? That's the number.
That's an actual stat. It was 70 before most transfers. So I guess it's like 75, 76 now.
Wow. We need a change is what we need. We need a change. We need a big change to come in that can disrupt the entire club. Disrupt. It's already a freaking dumpster fire, this club. Because right now,
It's been
I'm
a
watching.
dumpster
You know
fire
what?
since
Yeah.
21.
Yeah. It's been horrible. Ever since Martin's left, it's been brutal. And now we're sitting here watching
Even in Martin's last season.
Sorry?
Even in Martin's last season.
Oh, but it wasn't as bad as
Football.
this. Like this was bad. This was bad.
Nowhere near. But that's where it started going.
Right,
down.
yeah. I feel like that Martin sack, it had a bigger effect on the club than people thought.
Yeah, because it happened in fucking September.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
You don't sack a manager in September.
Yeah,
like
that's
right.
unheard
of.
Yeah, you need
that's for clubs like Volos and Kifisiano time.
Yeah, 100%. Nah, that's 100% like not. That's a rule. Like, do not do that, and they did it. But regardless, now we're here, 6 managers and 76 players later. We need a shakeup in this entire club. I don't know who's doing the recruiting. I don't know who's doing the staff management. The sporting director, I know nothing about this guy still. He's
I'll go off that and go. You know, Kuyas is in the club now, right?
Who?
You've seen all the shit he said, the lawyer, Kuyas.
Okay.
You've completely missed that. Oh, God.
I was gone for a little bit.
Yeah. On one side, for the better. For the people who know, there is a lot of people who know. He's very hated. He's one of the biggest lawyers in Greece. He's very hated.
Okay.
He said he's done 2 press conferences. I get why he's in the club. I completely disagree with him being in the club. But I get it. The man is a very good lawyer. Most lawyers like that are scumbags. Okay, we knew that. But him coming out to disrespect Martinez, not Martinez, Martinez, to disrespect Fortunis.
Pedro?
Yes. He called it a mistake of the past, basically. To disrespect Fortunis, to say that I don't even remember what he said. I genuinely don't. I'm just baffled by this man.
So
I'm so against it.
So you said he's one of the top players in Greece, is what you said, right?
One of the top scumbags in Greece.
Yeah. Fair enough. Okay. So I'm assuming we had to pay a good amount of money to hire this guy, put him on our payroll. Is that right? Bunch of money?
God knows.
Yeah, well, I'm going to assume so because, as you said, scumbag, money. There's a connection there always. But regardless, okay, we need to focus on what's on the pitch. And there's always stuff going on behind the scenes disrupting the club.
I remember what you said. I remember what you said. First of all, you are perfectly correct on that. He said, because he is reading a statement from Marinakis, supposedly.
Okay.
He said that Marinakis doesn't need a technical director, which is one of the most stupid things I've ever heard coming from an owner and his representative. Like, we're regressing. We're not regressing on the pitch. We're regressing as a football team.
Yeah. As a club, we look It's
We're a joke.
that is shameful. That is so shameful. The best football we played in the last 2 years was played with a clear technical director, a clear manager and staff, and then we said, nah, let's start from scratch again. Fire this guy. He's going to go somewhere else and be in charge of all 3 clubs. He's going to be, the world's sporting director, apparently, because Marinakis is on a mission to buy every single club ever. You know what I mean? It's
He called Corazon a mistake as well.
What?
Yep.
Who did? Marinakis did?
Koulias did. I don't know if it was from Marinakis, but Koulias.
Okay. Well, I might just not know what success looks like then, because I'm pretty sure winning is success. We're losing and we're drawing and we're putting together these performances where players are struggling to complete 3 passes in a row. Did you see Panathinaikos today? Did you see how organized they were? Did you see how they were moving the ball around? Pass, move. Pass, move. That's what they were doing the entire game. We have players standing around. First of all, El Kabi is always behind defenders, always. We have Navarro who drops back. It's a light jog getting forward, right? There's no heart in the team, and that affects everything as well. It looks like we have no tactical vision. Again, like last year, it's 11 players on a pitch collecting a paycheck. 100%. It looks just brutal. You could see it at the end with Martinez. The players going to hug him after the goals. They wanted him to stay, but they knew he was getting sacked because that's what we do with this club. We have it backwards, man. We have it backwards.
Surely they
ridiculous.
Knew. Surely they knew.
Sure. Yeah. Oh, 100% they did. And that's why they were going up to him, showing their support for the manager. Now look at it. We have players that don't want to be here.
Especially.
Yeah, Masouras and El Kabi, everybody ran to the coach, man, because they wanted him to stay. The only person that wanted him out, the only people that wanted him out were the higher-ups. And that's where we are now. We're with Carvalho. We're playing this type of football. We're not, sorry, I'm going on a rant here, but it's ridiculous. Like we took so many steps back. We were rebuilding, and now we're rebuilding again. Twice in one season, we're rebuilding.
Also,
it's a joke.
Freshening up on what the Damas had said. Do you know what I'm tired of? I'm tired of talking about the refs.
Yeah. No. Yeah, me too.
Like people, I'll go back a bit. I won't focus on it because we've talked about it, but I'll go back a bit to the game against AEK.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was one of the few who didn't focus on the because it was refereeing mistakes. At least the penalty was a refereeing.
Yeah.
But I said what we've always been saying to the Panathinaikos fans who were complaining, to the PAOK fans who were complaining, and to the AEK fans who were complaining.
Yeah.
Build a team to beat the refs. And I will stand by that no matter how many Olympiacos fans are against me. Build a proper team and you won't have to count on refereeing mistakes to win a game.
100% agreed. We should not be having to rely on refs to win us games because they missed a call. They missed 2 calls. They called one and it was incorrect, clearly. And then they missed a call. How about you stop relying on moments like that? How about you build a team so that we don't have to rely on the referees making calls, because they're not. It's clear they're not. They're not doing it in derbies. They're not doing it in Kifisia at Panathinaikos. They're not doing it. The refs are just not. They're not making calls. So how about you just beat them? How about you just score more goals? How about you stop more goals from going in? Because defensively, we're shambolic. Offensively, we have no game plan. It's just Fortunis, please make something happen, and the rest of us will pray.
It's not even that anymore.
No, it's not even. But still, there was a point in time where that's what the philosophy was. You know what I
I'd have
mean?
rather do that right now.
Nah, me too. 100%. Now he's not even playing. Playing
Yeah,
half.
this is happening again.
No.
We are in the conversation. I'll use this to drift into the transfers and the contracts, because that's an hour talk of job. Uh, we're in a conversation now where suddenly he can talk to any team he wants, technically. No one's stopping him since he hasn't renewed.
He can make a pre-contract signing, right? Because
Yes,
he'll still have to play the 6 months with us, but after those 6
and make a
months,
pre-contract.
he can go. So, oh boy,
And he's suddenly not playing.
is he? You think he'll go
Why?
to another Greek club, or do you think he'll go?
There were some talks about. I don't think Kostas will leave because Kostas hasn't left for West Ham back in 2019,
Yeah,
and Kostas didn't leave for Saudi in the summer.
right.
But if the club
Hypothetically,
itself doesn't meet the requirements, because there were talks about him wanting 1.5 million and us giving him a bit less than one.
for how many years? Do you know?
Offer him four. Offer him whatever he wants.
Yeah,
He's been here for a decade
yeah.
now.
You can't treat a player like that. You got to give him what he wants.
You
He's earned
can't
it.
treat your most loyal player in years like that. Your best Greek player and one of the best in general.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like
I'll
and
go ahead.
I
No, go ahead.
I don't know if I'm more mad at the club, the coach, or the fan saying we don't need him.
We do need him. I'll tell you right now, we do need him. If we didn't have Fortunis, we'd be 5th.
If we didn't have Fortunis, we'd be in the playouts.
Yeah, no, he's won his game single-handedly many times this season. Many times, not just once or twice. Like it's been, like I might not be able to count on my finger or on one hand. I might not be able to, you know, like he's won his games, and without him, like we would not be where we are, 100%.
And because people have very short memories,
yeah,
I'll say the stat I saw. He's still the top assister in the Europa League.
Yeah, I saw that not too long ago too. I'm like, wait, this has to be old. Nope. Posted a day ago. I'm like, holy crap. He's insane.
People have very short memories.
Yeah, it's the
especially
recency
Greek
bias.
fans.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's the recency bias. And if we're going off recency bias, that would mean Ortega sucks. He obviously doesn't. He has so much quality, but
I'm mixed on Ortega.
No. Martinez, man, he got a lot out of Ortega, in my opinion. I thought he looked really solid under Martinez.
Time will tell.
Yeah, you don't think so?
It wasn't really that big. He was definitely an improvement from most things we had seen.
Yeah.
Do you know what I would have done? And I kept saying it from the camera. Like, I'll bring up a name that most people don't want to hear, but I feel like
I know you're going to say too.
Yes. I'd have kept him as a backup option.
Okay.
I was saying I'd have kept Oleg as a backup. Tell me who is better. Not Ortega, our backup options. Tell me who's better than Oleg.
Nobody.
And we're talking about a 23-year-old.
Yeah.
Oleg.
Yeah. Okay, he's way better than Kini, I'll tell you that much. Miles.
I'll go back to the beat again. Bring up Apostolopoulos.
No, 100%. Yeah. He's young, right? What is he, like 21?
If even.
Really?
If even.
So he's got time to grow. He's a young player. You know what I mean? Like I feel like this team needs a bit of youth. If we get a good Greek core of players coming through. You know what I mean? If we have one at striker or one in the wing and one in the back, there's also Tsolakis, man, who's a fantastic goalkeeper. We've seen it before. He's made some mistakes, but man, give him another chance. Like, you can't just write him off after a couple of mistakes, right?
May I remind you he's out of contract as well?
Oh my God, are we not going to resign him? Like, we're going to have no Greek players, man. Are we a
We
Portuguese club?
brought, I don't know if you saw, I mentioned it.
Okay.
Also, the man did interact with the story, so I don't know if he knows we exist. The young Inter keeper, Botis, young Greek, very tall Inter keeper we brought in for the B team on the transfer.
Oh, the one that just came in, right? Botis?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah.
He's my height. He's 196. He's incredibly tall. And he's incredibly talented from what I've heard. But I do not know if that signals a keeper exit in the summer.
I mean, you kind of have
Both
to, right? One
are out.
keeper in, one keeper out.
Yeah, but both are out of contract. Who goes?
We'll bring in a Portuguese guy. Problem solved.
If that happens.
But I can see that happening, can't you? We've already done it. We have Alexandropoulos. We brought in Chiquinho, Horta, and probably another 6 in the summer. You know what I mean? Like, we have to also prioritize some type of identity. Like, let's bring through some players. Like, if we get a core group of young players, we can build them up and they can progress with the club. But we can't do that because as a club, we're regressing. If we start to progress, bring the players on, or bring the players on to try and start progressing. There's many ways you can go about this, and they're sticking to one single plan. It's frustrating right now.
I'll bring up another name.
Okay.
That, in my opinion, may not have had the talent. I get that. I've always been very positive on him, but he may not have had the talent, but he had the fucking passion to be here, and that's Androgeus.
Yeah, I'd say so.
The kid, same with Versailles, played 5 million positions. He's played a 10, he's played an 8, he's played left mid, and he ended up as a right back.
Yeah.
The guy started his career as a 10, and he ended as a right back.
Yeah. And Versailles, when I was in Greece and we were watching him, he was quite a player. He was playing really well. You got an assist, I'm pretty sure. I think he set up El Kabi early in the season. Yeah, but and then we never saw him again.
Because that's how the club works.
Yeah, that's what happens. You play well, that's it. Hit the bench.
It's countless. It's countless people.
It is countless. Well, I mean, and Drusos isn't a right back either.
No, of course not.
What is he? It's an attacking mid? He's more of an attacking type of player,
he
right?
He can cover the midfield here, but he ended up as a right back for some reason.
Ridiculous. It's ridiculous how we treat our youth players. But let's do it. Let's get into the transfers really quick. You have a list of players in and out, right?
I have who came in and who went out. Yes, I do have that.
Okay. You want to take a look at that?
Yeah. But where do you want to start? In or out?
Let's start with the exits.
The exits.
Yeah, we're gonna start with the exits.
I am counting cancelled loans, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. I apologize about my chair, by the way. I tried to fix it. Honestly,
that's okay. Mine's got the same.
Solbakken is the first one. Off to Japan, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I'll go back to that because thinking that we preferred the spot of was here in the summer and we preferred Solbakken over someone who is now at PAOK and destroying the league. So stupid.
Who is it?
Despotov.
Oh yeah. Oh my goodness, I forgot about that guy. Yeah, he's
He's
quite a
either
player
one of the
actually.
top scorers. I think he's one of the top scorers in the league.
I'm pretty sure the attacking midfielder there. Oh, what's that guy's name now? But he's killing it too, right?
The Greek, the young Greek guy.
No, he's got to be like Serbian or something.
Like the
Zivkovic, yeah, he was killing it at the beginning too.
Another guy we failed to sign and went to PAOK.
Yeah,
he's still amazing.
That's upsetting.
Andrujos on permanent to Germany, German second division, which I already talked about. Like I don't need to say much more. Same with Brusai.
Yeah.
You'll forgive me for laughing, but I forgot with everything that's going on. I forgot we even had Scarpa.
Wow, yeah. Holy smokes.
I forgot we had him. I honestly did. So glad he's gone. I said my opinion. What's your opinion of Pororo? He's gone. He's confirmed gone. What's your opinion on Pororo?
On his time here?
Do you think it's a mistake that he's gone? Or no? Because it was the other Damas is it was Carvalhal's choice for him to go.
Well, for me, he'll be remembered for the West Ham game.
Should have stayed.
Yeah. That's how I'll always remember him. He was a beast in that game. Like, just everybody was, but he played exceptional in that game, and everybody was like, "Oh, Barroso, we got to play him now." Obviously, he wasn't solid every game, but it would have been nice to see more from him. Have him as a backup, or
he got injured again.
That's right. But yeah.
You phrase him out for who? Fucking Carpon, who was an amazing name. Like I won't fully judge. I'm not of the people to judge a player by one game. Like okay, he got thrown in the deep end. Like okay, he wasn't supposed to start today.
Yeah.
Like Regis injury, but he's not promising.
No, it didn't look great. Like I said, he's good in the air. He's got like some height to him. But again, yeah, that's it. I want to see Vezel. Oh my goodness. But continue on. We'll talk about him in a bit.
yeah. Wait. Ferreira saying fuck.
Okay, goodbye.
Teammates with Messi now.
Yeah. What a shocking league, man. Wow.
I remember what you said that he'd be an amazing player in there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's not bad. There's some good players in that league, but come on.
And of course, BL, as mentioned, along with a 5 million buyout clause.
That could be good money for us, though.
We're not making profit. We bought him for 8.
6? Oh, wow.
I think it was 6 and bonuses that brought it up to like 8.
Wow. Man.
Stupid.
Holy crap. We lost 3 million on this guy. Wow. Jesus.
Should move to the games now, right?
Okay. Yeah, let's do it. That is
starting off with a very dividing player. He reminds me of how dividing Masura is, and that's Navarro.
Okay. Navarro.
He's been dividing the fan base for a while.
There's potential, though. You can see it.
I like the guy. I've said it. I like the guy.
It's better than Alkabi, in my opinion. Like, the fact that he can
better
drop
than Jovetic.
Yeah, it is 100% better than Jovetic, and in my opinion, a bit better than Alkabi as well.
Yes.
I like that he can drop into drop in front of the defenders and make a pass or two, but still be able to get in behind the defense. He did that a couple times today. It wasn't at the pace that was required for the Panathinaikos defense, but regardless, he was still putting in the effort to make that play. He almost scored a sick overhead bicycle kick, but kind of looked like he whiffed it.
Better than half our attacking attempts the whole game.
Again, why don't we just inject some youth into the club? Why don't we have like Navarro and Ba? That'd be.
Say we can't do that.
Okay.
Say we can't do that. Do you know who we were rumored to bring back? And in my opinion, messed up massively because he went to Real Betis.
Socrates.
No, Bacambo. He's gone to Betis for 4.5 million. Tell me
That's
we
it.
can't give 4.5 million.
That's it.
For Bacambo, where we have Jovetic and El Cabe.
That's it. Man,
Yeah.
Are you kidding me right now? No way he went to Betis for what'd you say?
As far as I've read, I want to cover my tail a bit and say that I'm not sure, but I've read that he went to Betis for 4.5.
And bro, he lit up the league last year with his scoring. He was unbelievable last year. I love the guy. I thought he was fantastic last year, and we let him walk to Real Betis for 4.5 million.
I mean, I don't blame the guy if we made an offer and
he
rejected it.
Oh no, not at all. He was one of the few bright spots last year. Like
we gave like 6 and 8 for BL and Onyekuru, and we can't fucking give 4 for...
Don't say that name. Onyekuru, man. Holy. That was wow. Continue with the transfers.
Yeah, because we have like 9 people we need to get through. Christ.
Yeah.
Another very positive for me, but somehow dividing the somehow is Martins, Sergio Martins.
Dividing? You're telling me there's people that don't like this guy?
Greek people. Not that don't like him as a player, that are concerned with his injuries.
Okay. They're concerned with injuries?
He's had a past. He
has.
But we finally have a proper winger and he'll be here. As far as I know, he'll be here for 3 years.
How much should we pay for him?
I'll have to... Actually,
it was a low price, though. It was like 3.5 or 4.5.
You know him a bit more than me, so give your opinion and I'll look him up.
Well, I thought at Monaco he was pretty good. Even his old days back in Sporting, he's quite a solid player, and that's Javine Cabral, another one that came from Sporting, but he's another topic. But they produce good young players. I'm glad that obviously they're older now, both Cabral and Martins. They're not considered kids in the game.
Isn't Cabral like 25, 6?
Think so, something like that. Maybe even 24. Like he's around that age though. Like regardless, Martins has technical ability, speed, and
3 million.
Honestly, 3 million. That's really good for Martins, guys. I'll tell you right now. Wow, we only got him for 3 million. Wow. I'll tell you that's actually a really good transfer. If we can get the best out of him, we have a proper left winger because he's got a shot as well. Like don't get it twisted. He has a nice shot. We just need to see more of him. Obviously, he hasn't been getting the chances. We're a dumpster fire right now. Nobody's gonna shine right now. Nobody's shining right now. We have no bright spot right now. You know what I mean? But Martins.
We have one, but he's alone.
Who is it? Sotiris? Yeah. 100%. And we're gonna lose him at the end of the year. Brutal management, man. That's ridiculous.
Dumpster fire.
Yeah.
Exactly like you said it.
Continue on with players who will
fire.
leave.
Yeah. Let me find the post
Will leave.
again.
At this point, man, it's
at this point, people will probably
they're gonna leave anyway, man. We can't keep a player for more than 2 years right now.
Who would stay, man?
Who would stay though? Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of people we probably won't keep, Andre Orta.
Yeah. You know what? He's a quality player, but there's no
do
way.
You know how we got him? Probably
how?
By promising him Nottingham, promising him Premier League football.
Yeah. If not, go to Rio Ave.
Wouldn't be the first time, you know.
Who else do we do that with?
Probably people like Hesa, Ortega.
Yeah, I can see
another
that.
reason they're here.
See that.
Not much to say about him. He's massive quality. He's incredible.
But won't be here unless we can turn things around. Like tomorrow, there's no way he's staying.
There is always. Maybe that's me. Maybe that's me wanting to be positive, but nothing is done. Yet, but things aren't looking good.
Things move very quick in this game, especially behind the scenes.
Yeah, of course.
Oh yeah. So Andre Horta, who's the next one on your list? Chiquinho. Well, he looked great today. I thought he's got a great first touch, man. He traps the ball, it stays nice and close to him, and then he just takes another touch, but his head's already up. He's scanning the play. He looks great, honestly.
Once again,
great addition.
That is a player you know.
Yeah.
Better than me. He's a 10, isn't he?
He's a 10, but he can cover midfield. Like he's more of an attacking player, but
he was playing very defensively today. I'm pretty sure he was playing.
Stupid decision to put him so far back. Like, let him progress with the play. Let him help out. There was no help in the attacking third. There was none.
Like even around the start when he.
Oh yeah.
He steals the ball. He bugs a player. I don't know who it was, and he just shoots. Okay, the shot wasn't amazing, but. Even that shows extreme quality.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 100%. Because it was the way that he carried the ball with him. The way like you can see him scanning the field. He has no help. So obviously he's not going to play the ball. He takes the shot. It misses. That's okay. Next time, hopefully it's on target. He didn't get a chance. He wasn't progressing with the play. I don't know if that was tactical or if that was just him not joining the attack. But
there's no tactics.
No, there's no tactics. There's none. There's no tactical vision at all. You can't see it. It looks like make a few passes, then hoof it. Hopefully Navarro can get onto it. We gave the ball away so damn much, man. Holy smokes. Today, regardless though, continue with the transfers.
We talked a bit about him, but it's Abe.
Yeah. I'm excited to see what he can offer.
He's a fucking specimen from what I've seen. He may not be as tall as Carlo, but he's like twice the fucking size. And I've heard very good things about Reading fans.
Right, Reading, yeah. Yeah. You know what? I think that was a player that they wanted to keep around, honestly. At least the fans did.
Seems like a massive project.
Yeah, you know what? But we need players like that because it's always good to have players like that.
Pretty sure he's a buyer as well. I'll confirm that, but I'm pretty sure he's a buyer. After I'm done, I want to touch a bit on players that left this summer because there is some loans away that I want to talk about.
Okay.
Next one's Carmo. Clearly said my opinion. You take the floor.
When I saw the transfer, I wasn't too psyched. I knew what this transfer was going to be. He's going to be gone. He's not. No, man. I knew what he was. I know that he was at one point a big talent. I know that now he's not as big a talent because his form has faltered, but you saw it today. We all saw it today.
Correct me if I'm mistaken, but didn't he have some what's it called, disciplinary issues? Like, wasn't he frozen out of Porto for a bit?
Probably. I mean, I'm pretty sure they have better center backs anyway. Apart from Carmo, there's a Canadian guy who plays there. He's fantastic. Eustachio.
the Portuguese league.
Would have loved that. Would have loved that guy, man. Eustachio would be a great midfielder to have at this club. But obviously we can't afford.
That's the thing. We buy from the Portuguese league and we buy the shit players.
Yeah, we do. We go after the wrong players. We went after David Carmo. I would have loved Eustachio or a player like what's that kid's name? Oh my goodness.
I'll continue. And
Navarro.
If you remember, you say, yeah.
Navarro's another one from Porto, So
time will tell with him. I'm more hopeful about him than I am with Carmo.
Me too. Yeah, I agree.
Botis is the next one, which again I talked about. If you want to say anything,
we did discuss him earlier. I don't know much about him.
And then it's the two players we haven't seen yet. One of them is Cabral, who got knocked out of AFCON yesterday and is on his way here.
Right. Well, I'll say a little bit about him. I know Cabral. I know Cabral.
I know him from FIFA 21.
Yeah. Well, he was a big talent, and Amorim really liked him, and then things didn't really go his way. He got dropped from the squad, and he went on loan. But the quality that he showed was like top quality. I don't know if he can bring that to Olympiacos. I don't know if he even brought that to his loan club. Did not pay attention to him, honestly. We have more exciting players at Porto. We have Marcus Edwards, who I love, who's actually also Greek.
Do you remember we got another such a stupid decision? Do you remember in the summer where Lala came in?
Yes.
The right back.
Mm-hmm.
We failed to get Edwards. Lala was plan B.
I remember that.
Because he went to Sporting. I think he was at Guimarães before. He was somewhere in Portugal.
He
was somewhere in Portugal.
Because he's British, Greek, Cypriot, and Portuguese.
I think it was Guimarães.
I think it was it was
I can check.
It was one of those. It was one of those teams.
Lower Portugal, yeah.
Yeah.
We failed to get. I don't blame the guy for going to a very historic club once again. Yeah. Of course, he saw the state we're in. But come on, like how many times are we gonna have this discussion?
No, exactly. Dumb. Oh, well, I'm happy I still get to see him at Sporting, so I'm good. I got my Sporting jersey somewhere over there. But
you, of course,
he is great. Love Marcus Edwards. It's too bad about Cabral. I would have loved to have them on both sides, but Nuno Santos is another fantastic player. I love having him in Sporting too, but it's too bad we got stuck, with Cabral. Would have loved Edwards, but
sad story.
Yeah.
And then it's another guy you know way more than me. I know him a bit from Levante, but not a lot, as you said. Vezo.
Yes. Vezo is one that really excites me. I
heard he plays right back as well.
Yeah, he's a pretty versatile player. He's big boned, right? Like he's a big boned guy, but he's tall, he's strong, and he's fast.
He's short for a center back.
Yeah.
Tall for a right back.
Yeah.
I think he's like 182.
Mm-hmm.
I think around.
Well, he's a makeshift player. Like he's kind of like a I don't know. He's in between almost. But he can play center back and is great at center back. And I haven't really seen him at right back, but I've seen him a few times at center back, and he looks solid. And isn't he like 6'2"?
180. I don't. Different metric system.
Yeah.
I don't know. Wait, I'll see.
180. 186, something like that. I'm not sure, but regardless, I like what I've seen from him. I haven't seen him too many times, but especially at center back, he looks pretty solid. When I saw that transfer, though, I thought we were going to go for a different type of center back. I thought we were going to go with more of like a player with ball playing abilities who's left-footed. That's what I thought was going to be happening at center back, but we brought in Vezo, and I'm still excited for the guy, honestly. Hopefully he can get a game in. We got some fixture congestion, which will be good for him. He can show us what he can do. I'm excited to see, but only time will tell with him. But
He's 6 feet on the dot.
That's still pretty tall.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm short. I'm only like 5'9", so obviously that's tall for me. But
I called him short.
Yeah.
I'm 6'5". I'm not.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. My goodness, 6'5", and I'm here 5'9". I'm like Chiquinho's in Chiquinho's realm.
I'm the same height as Paschalakis.
Yeah, that's wild. That dude looks like massive on TV. Have you noticed that? This dude looks like he's like 7 foot.
I mean, I've seen him. I'm seeing him up close.
Yeah, me too.
Because gigantic, like.
Yeah, he's huge, man. But good keeper too. It's too bad that he'll probably be gone. Yeah.
We've been going on for quite a bit, but as I said, it's going to be a long show today.
Yeah.
I want to touch on the thing I told you. Again, I'm going off of Transfermarkt. I don't know how many of these have been deals.
Okay.
I'll go for what it says. On the people that left on loan in the summer.
Okay.
And the first one is a case we've handled so wrong. You just tell me if you want to say your opinion, of course, and just tell me if you'd take them back or not.
Okay.
Is a case we've handled so wrong, and the guy that won his team the league, if I'm not completely mistaken, in Argentina, and that's Maxi Lovera. Would you keep him or just? I don't know if he's gone, but let's say even hypothetically, would you take him back or not?
Man, I'm struggling with this one because Lovera, he's a weird one. I feel like we haven't even seen him at the club, really. Like, he's been on loan for so long. I forget
He's
even
been on 3 loans.
Yeah. I don't know.
People forget how far back he joined the club.
Yeah, it's been a while, but he's never really had time with the squad.
He first joined the club in 2020. He's been at the club for 4 years. Which is wild.
I don't know. Is this guy ever really going to get a game? Let's be real. No, he's not. Probably not. I'd be shocked if he got a game.
I've seen him up close. I've seen the man play like I've seen him play in the cup. Okay, I get that.
Right.
But the kid showed incredible quality on the ball. Like you can see he's Argentinian. Like he has it in him. But I don't know if he'd ever play. Like it's a case. It's a talent we got because we got him at 19. He's 24 now, and it's a talent we ruined once again.
It's a common theme at the club, honestly.
Of course it is. If we were talking about normal circumstances, I'd take him back in a fucking heartbeat.
Yeah.
But since we're not, and I know the kid won't play, I'd sell him on while I still can.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. While he's still got some value to him, yeah, 100%.
Then the next one that's on my list is another weird case. A case I personally do not really like, but I can see the appeal, and that's Pierre Kunde.
He
Indifferent as well for you?
I don't really have any comments about that.
Yeah. So just sell him on, like.
I think so. There's no. I don't know. I'd sell him.
Yeah. Vrusai we talked about already. DL we talked about already. One thing I don't know about, and it seems like transfer market doesn't either, is if Cisse was a permanent deal. I
If
am
who
not
was
aware. Cisse, the centre back, Papea
Cisse?
Cisse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know if he was a permanent deal. No one does, as it seems. So I won't touch on him. I'm just gonna say what I've said. We should have sold him on in 2020, where we got 15 million and rejected it because we wanted 20. That's my opinion.
Cisse on his day was one of the
Incredible
best
center back.
players at this club, man. He was so good. On his day, he was so good, this guy, man. Fantastic player. And now it
No
hurts, man.
worries.
It hurts.
Yeah.
It hurts to think about this. It hurts to think about that team because that team was actually quality.
Incredible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not even gonna touch on Ba. I hope they buy him. Not even gonna touch on the guy. On his day, quality. Very inconsistent.
Yeah.
I am not aware of what's going on with Ramon. They're saying we're gonna sell
Holy,
him.
I forgot about him.
Too much has happened. There was talk about sending him on another loan. I don't know what fell through. I think he's still at Espanyol loan.
I'll tell you right now, he's a player that we need. Or Leidner. Him or Leidner.
Can't wait for Leidner to come back.
Yeah.
I can't wait for Leidner.
Quality
Like the guy
player, man.
barely played the game for us last season, and he was in the top 15 talents in Europe on left back.
Yeah.
He's been. I've watched him. He's the only reason I watched the Israeli national team. Like the kid's incredible.
Yeah.
Like,
He's
I
a
don't
really
know
good player.
why he didn't play.
Nah,
And even when he went on loan, he was amazing.
Yeah. He looks way better than Keeney looks. Like
non-comparable,
no,
in my opinion.
No, me neither.
A guy you may know, have no clue who he is. He is the Scottish midfielder that we brought in, that is in Estoril now. That's why I'm saying you may know him. Jordan Holsgrove. I've seen the only thing I've seen from him is that he scored an incredible free kick like some weeks ago.
Is a type of dead ball specialist guy type player? I don't know. I know nothing about that dude.
He's a CDM.
I know he's playing
That's all I'll say.
Estoril. That's it. That's all I know about him. I know that we bought him and then loaned him.
I hope he comes back, but time will tell.
Yeah.
Another thing that I've heard word that we have a buyback clause. That's the only thing I've mentioned him, and that we've sold him solely for financial fair play reasons. And that is Kichos, if you, of course, remember.
Okay. Yeah.
The young Greek left back. I'd buy him back.
I'll tell you what.
We can,
like, yeah, 100%. Because what I would do is I would keep him on for the rest of Rodinei's contract. Let Rodinei kind of mentor him is what I would do, because Rodinei is one.
Left back.
Kitsos left?
Yes.
Okay. Well, Rodinei is still a fullback with the most.
Still, yeah.
for me, he's a fullback with the most pedigree on this team. Like, there's no other fullback that touches Rodney. He is the best player on this team right now. Just so everybody knows, Rodney is the best player
Oh,
on this
by
team right
far,
now.
by far,
He's
by far.
There is not a player that we have had like him in a while. Like, if you watch him during the game, his movements, he reads the game like no other player on this team. Maybe Fortunis, that's
Maybe.
max. That's it. Rodney's
Maybe.
incredible player. Yeah.
He's up there with. I have a soft spot for this man because he's who I grew up with, and who most of us grew up with, and that's Omar El Abdelawi.
Yes.
I
He
don't
was
know who's
fantastic.
better. I'm biased towards Omar, of course, but he's up there with him as the best fullback, right back. No one touches Chimikas.
I'm gonna. Yeah. 100%.
But as the
Yeah.
best right back in recent history, he's up there with him.
Well, I'd say about this, about Rodney and Omar. I think Omar was more important to the team, but
Omar was a
Rodney
captain.
he is more. Rodney has more individual quality. Like, if you watch Rodney, like, you just can't help but say, "Wow." He's one of those players. He's
And he
quality.
has such an incredible consistency.
Yeah. He plays well every game. He's one of our best players every game. I can't think of a game where he underperformed.
He's even played the left back.
Yeah.
And the last player I'll touch on is Agibu, who I've mentioned in the chat as well.
I thought he was so good when he was here before. I thought he was so good.
Martins destroyed him.
Yeah, big time. He played a lot.
He played game in, game out of position. He played
Yeah.
winger,
Yeah.
he played as a 10, he played.
Nah, I like Agibu. I thought he was such a good player.
I take him back.
Yeah, me too.
He also got knocked out, but he did incredible at AFCON as well. I think he scored 2 goals, got an assist, and got a man of the match.
Good. That's good to hear. I like Agibu, man. I hope he does something with his career because he's quite a player.
I hope he comes back first of all.
Yeah, me too.
Don't forget, when Martinez played him game in, game out, it was his first professional year of football. He was
because he was in amateur.
Lille's or Lyon's B team.
Yeah. It was amateur or B team football, I guess.
Yeah.
Wow. And he was that good, eh? Wow. Shame. Shame. Seriously. What else do we have to talk about for today? I can't be like way too long, you know what I mean? I am gonna have to leave my house soon, but I'm down to do the rest of the episode with you as long as it's not gonna be another hour, because we're running on an hour and 30, but we can do 2 shows this week. I have a good schedule this week, so
yeah, you let me know because there is a lot to cover.
There is a lot to cover. That's why,
and to be fair, like I'm down to go like another 20 minutes.
Yeah, okay. I can do that.
It's already like 2 a.m. here.
Yeah, that's late, huh? Well, maybe not for you. For me, it is. I'll tell you that much.
2 things before we wrap up. One is definitely the games against Ferencvaros because that's not far now. That's a week and a half.
Can you do me a favor? You were saying this before. Can you pull up the squad that we're gonna have for conference?
That's what I was doing.
Yeah. Let's talk about that real quick.
The people that Carvalhal got in the list, that's Horta, Chiquinho, and very sadly, Carmo.
Oh, yes. Am I hearing that right?
It was gonna be Horta, Carmo, and Martins, but as you know, he's injured. He'd have missed the first leg, so he couldn't play.
Navarro. What are we going to do for striker?
I don't know. I really don't.
How are we going to score against this team?
Honestly, if I can play a Larabe.
Oh boy.
Play a Larabe.
Oh boy.
It's
Wow,
gonna be a tough one.
man. No, that is trouble. I thought Navarro surely would be in the squad. He's not even in. Carmo's in the squad. Oh my.
The list is very. The rule, as far as I know, was that you can make 3 changes. But I'm looking at the list right now, and I'm seeing some names that are frozen out of the squad, and I'm very intrigued because I'll read it off. The keepers are Paschalakis, Solakis, and our third choice keeper is Papadoulis, who needs to grab a chance soon as well, by the way. He's been great for the beaten. Then there is Rodinei, Kini, Ortega, Richards, Arechos, Doi, Carmo for the defense, which is okay. Disagree with Carmo, but okay. Then there is Ese, Orta, Chiquinho, Madi, which is intriguing. I don't know if he couldn't pull him out of the list. Not that familiar with UEFA's rules this year, so I don't know. Ibora also, who I don't even know if he's still in the team. I cannot confirm or deny that. Alexandropoulos, thankfully. Carvalho, Podense, and Fortunis. And then there is Masuras, El Kabi, El Arabi, and Jovetic. That's about it.
We're in trouble.
Well, yeah.
We're in trouble.
Yeah.
We're in trouble, guys. Do not. I have zero expectations going into those 2 legs after hearing that. That's disappointing. That's disappointing. This is a disappointing year for Olympiacos. This is a very disappointing year. This is so questionable. This is so questionable. Everything that we have talked about on this show so far has been questioning the club this year. That's the theme of today, has it not? Because we've been talking about Fortunis, we've been talking about the coach, we've been talking about Marinakis, we've been talking about the sporting director, and it's all questionable. We have no idea what they're doing. No clue. I have no clue what these guys have planned. I have no idea. We're going to go into next year and it's going to be the exact same thing at this rate. Something needs to change, and it needs to change like as soon as possible because we can't keep going like this. We are taking so many steps backwards. So many. Unbelievable. Can't believe that. I can't believe that. Wow.
I'll use what you said and go into the last thing we should cover for today. Let's say this hell of a congestion passes. I won't touch on Europe because it's 2 very unpredictable games because Ferencvaros aren't amazing either.
I'd agree.
I'll touch on the league. I'll touch on the league. Say worst case scenario happens. And we are 4th, which by my understanding once again, 4th, given that one of Panathinaikos or Aris go to the final, that's standard. If the rule that the finalist gets the European ticket, if the winner already has Europe still exists, we're out of Europe in 4th. We're not going to be in Europe next year if we stay in 4th.
I'll tell you right now, I don't even think that's worst case scenario. Because hear me out.
Talk to me. Yeah.
I love being in Europe. There is nothing better than Wednesday, Thursday watching this team, regardless of how they play. Like, I know they haven't been great, and we've seen some pretty awful things, but I enjoy watching them an extra day a week because I love the club. You know what I mean? I enjoy watching it. But if we continue and we're crap for the rest of the year, like we have been, is being out of Europe really that bad? Because then it'll force us to play young players. We won't have the money from Europe. We'll have time to focus on the league, on the cup. We we could easily win it. You know what I mean? There's yes, there's negatives to that, but there's also positives. And unless we can jump at the positives and sort the team out like that, you know what I mean? In terms of sorting the team out for a year in Greece and the cup, let's go for a double. You know what I mean? We there's less to focus on. It's less hectic. But at the same time, we're out of Europe. We don't get European money. There's less opportunity to bring in transfers. But again, we're losing how many players this year? Greek ones especially. We're losing them. I wouldn't be surprised if Masouras leaves. We need someone to cover that role.
No,
Q Kostulas.
I didn't touch on Masuras because the reports have been very mixed. Some say he's agreed with Bochum, some say he's renewing. Nothing is confirmed yet. I'll update on that. Plus the renewals, of course, I learn about as we go on. Best case scenario, if we stay out of Europe, like you said, is we pull a Nike. They stayed out of Europe, got their shit together, brought in a proper coach in Almeida, and got the double. But there is a difference with us and Ike. Ike didn't already have financial fair play problems. We do. So the thing that worries me is not us being out of Europe. It would be sad, but maybe we need it. Is the players we would have to sell if we stay out of Europe.
Yeah, you know what? That's a good point. We have a lot of key players that we'd have to move on.
Not even money wise, like who'd stay in Greece?
Who would stay? Yeah, 100%. But it would give us a chance to build. Like, let's say the rest of the year is crap and some of these players really die off in terms of form. Like Ortega just tanks. You know what I mean? We have what's his name? Apostolopoulos? Is that his name?
Apostolopoulos, yes.
Okay, yeah. Um, might as well bring him in. You know, he'll play in the league. I'm sure he wants first team minutes. I'm sure lots of these kids do.
Who doesn't?
You know what I mean? Navarro, he'll be gone. Q Kostulas, Masouras, he might be gone. Q Kostulas, Ba. Like, there's players that we can bring in as
So
well.
many players.
You know, but again, there's pros and cons. We just have to. The cards we're going to be dealt are a result of poor management, and we're just going to have to make do with what the cards were handed, right? Like, I don't know how to say it, but
if by the end of February we have a new coach, I'll go insane. I'll go. If we lose to Pauk and are out of Europe, he's gone.
Yeah, he will be.
That's the very sad truth.
No.
And I'll only be happy if we bring in a coach. I'm about to say a scenario I myself know is fucking impossible. But I'll only be happy if we either bring a coach in like Ariel Bagasa, honestly, bring in Fuster. Like, bring in someone that
We love
loves the club.
Fuster would be
Or,
great.
of course, he would. He's
Yeah.
in Valencia's, no, Villarreal's backroom stuff right now.
Cordon could have helped us with that one.
Uh, or bring in a coach, and I know the first person that will hate me for supporting this opinion will be CJ because he openly expressed his hatred for that man.
Okay.
Bring in a coach like Corberan and give him time.
Uh, I don't know. I don't know.
Bring not specifically Corberan, of course.
Right.
I am of the opinion that people like Corberan, who now has West Brom in the playoffs, I'll keep saying that, can take a squad. Screw Corberan. Martinez. People like Martinez can take a squad from nothing and rebuild it. But we are in Greece, and everyone else. This is the first year that I personally see, and last year, everyone else adapting, taking the Martins model that we brought, and us falling backwards.
There you go. It's just about to lead into what I was going to say. The game is evolving. It's not the same. The game's not the same. Like football in general is not the same as it was when we were dominant, winning like 10 titles in 12 years. You know what I mean? Um, there's a lot more emphasis on building teams, not building around a player. And if that is the remedy for success, then why in the world do we continue to do stuff like this and build around players? Let's build a squad, have a coach,
Because
not
nothing
fire
happened
him.
in Rio Ave, Christ.
I'm gonna cry, man. It's ridiculous. There's nothing to say. There's nothing to say. I can't say anything because nothing's gonna change. It's gonna be the same always.
I
Let's
can't say anything because they'll fucking find me.
yeah. Nah, I'm here in Canada. I'm good. But if you disappear, I'll know what happened. So you're good.
Yeah, be
Um,
worried.
do you want do you want to go through the lineup?
Today?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Well,
You want to go through it? We'll give a rating.
yeah, we'll give a short opinion
Okay.
and wrap up. Let me fully find it to be sure. Um, needs a bit of time. There it is. Let's start off with Panathinaikos. He's not at fault for either goal for me,
No.
but I can't give him much more than like a 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Out of 6.
Uh, Ortega gets a good on 2 or 3 for me. He was horrific today, in my opinion.
Yeah. I had him at a 4. So
Uh, yeah, about the same. Carmo, as you said, few positives. I'll give him like a 5.
yeah, I was gonna give him a 4 as well. I don't think he was that great, but again, I can see the positives. They're just not. They're not prominent
But
yet.
not enough.
Yeah. No.
Uh, I'll actually go against uh, the most opinion, and I'll give Ndoye a 6.
Yeah, I'll give him a 6 as well.
He's slowly improving, and I like
Yeah,
that a lot. That he's slowly improving.
but he's not a center back, man. You can tell he's not a center
Of
back. You can
course,
tell when he's out there.
he's a clear 6, and that's a position we need.
We do need it.
But if we have a player that has the dedication and the loyalty to adapt his game and play center back
Yeah.
and improve on that, I'll massively take him at center back.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Uh, not much more. Did you say your rating on Toy?
I had him at a 6.
Okay, so we
Yeah.
agree.
Mhm. Yeah.
Rodinei, don't know what more he could have done today. Maybe tied, but he's my highest rated today at 8.
I had him 7.5. So
Yeah,
very
close enough.
similar.
And my second highest rated today was Ese, who in the first half was everywhere, absolutely everywhere.
Yeah, he was quality. I had him at a 7.
Yeah, that's fair.
Um, I I wasn't like blown away. You know what I mean? But man, he's a freaking unbelievable player.
Played more defense than fucking Carbo today.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. You know what? I'll give
Uh,
him a 7.5. He earns the benefit of the doubt. He was quality today. You know, you got to give praise where it's due.
Another one of the very few silent lights of today is Chiquinho, who I have at a 7. Bit lower than Ese and Rodney, but honestly did everything he could.
I have him at a 7.
Masuras, again, contrary to like popular opinion, didn't really. He did as much as he could, but didn't think that it was one of his best games per se. So I have him at a 6.5.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I have him at a 6, almost a 5.5. I thought there was something so off about him today. He's always one of the best players, and today it just wasn't like that. So I'm a huge Masuras advocate. I love the guy. He's a great player, fantastic. Even when
Yeah, but
people were like, "Oh,
something was off today.
yeah, 100%, yeah, not
Glad
the
I'm not
usual."
alone in that.
Yeah, but I like the guy. He just had an off game. That's
Yeah,
completely
yeah,
fine.
yeah, yeah.
Happens.
No, I can't. I I said it for almost 2 hours that we've gone on, but I'm so pissed off he got subbed off at halftime. Like, what more does he have to do? I'll solely give Sotiris a 7 because he played 45 minutes, but he did everything.
Yeah, 7 as well. Man, he's never mind. Just forget it. I already said what I said. I'm
Yeah,
not going to
yeah,
repeat
yeah.
myself.
Again, a player that I'm an advocate of, even though he'll probably go back to Nottingham knowing Marinakis. Richards, I'd give him a 6.5, solely giving him the benefit of the doubt for playing out of position, but I still like him a lot.
I like him as a left back.
Yeah,
As a winger, that's not it. You can't put him at winger. Please don't put him at winger again. We can't
I
see him at
agree.
winger.
I
In
fully
my
agree.
hey, without giving him the benefit of the doubt, for me, he was a 5 max.
Okay,
In my
that's
opinion,
very fair.
because he isn't a left winger. He's not at left
No,
back.
he's not.
He's solid, solid left back. Stop putting him at left wing. We have other options, better options. Stop being ridiculous. Stop overthinking it. Just put him at left back then.
Moving on to the striker. As much as I'm an advocate for Navarro, like the man has 2 goals and 2 assists in 5 games, which is very good.
Yeah.
Today he was around the 5.5 for me.
Mm.
Didn't get the
That's
service he deserved
that's pretty
to
fair.
create.
Yeah.
Was
There's a
still
bit of fault on
scuffed,
both
like,
ends though.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
he
yeah.
wasn't fantastic, but he didn't have a handful of chances. Like he had practically none.
He was okay.
Yeah.
He was okay.
Pretty average, we'll say. Yeah.
Uh, Kini is Kini shouldn't be rated. Kini is in his
I'm
own
skipping him.
category of
I'm skipping
awful.
him.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
skipping
yeah,
him.
yeah.
Refuse.
Fortunis changed the game. Like if we
Yeah.
didn't have Fortunis, we'd have completely lost the midfield. But since he only played 45 minutes, once again he gets a 7 from me.
Mm. You know that I love Fortunis, but Like, I give him a 7 as well. It's just, what can you do?
Yeah, honestly, what can you do? El Capi gets a 4. Not much more to say.
I can't as someone who's played as a striker, he's frustrating, man. He is frustrating. Like I
He's
hate.
not. He's not keenly bad, but he's bad.
Yeah. It's the thing where he's not at all helping in the build up at all. And when you go from Navarro, who is someone that does that, to El Kabi, there's no point, man. There's no comparison. They're two different players.
Just because I always try to keep a positive side. Do you know how El Capi would fit in this club? As a backup. Once.
Oh, for sure.
Because he may not help in the build-up, but he has incredible. Can't take away the work ethic the guy has, and he helps so much in the pressure.
Yeah, the press is there. The press is there. 100%.
He reminds me of a slightly better Guerrero.
That's so true. And
genuinely was slightly better.
Holy, I forgot about that guy, man. No, that's true. He would be a great backup. He can score a late equalizer, late winner. Yes,
but
yeah.
Nothing more than that.
Someone who's coming on 75th minute.
Yeah. As much as a disappointment, he's not been the potential we're used to. But you still need to start him in the derby.
Can I say something? Really quick before you give your rating?
Of course.
There's another player that Martinez was getting the best out of, and under Carvajal, it's a completely different person. Yeah. In my opinion, I saw more from one game under Martinez than every single game under Carvajal combined. He's not getting the best out of him, plain and simple, right? Like Martinez, absolutely, he was balling. Podence was balling, man. That one game where he scored 2 goals, shifting by play. This guy was incredible. And now look,
Ironically, that game was against Offi, who we face next week.
Oh yeah.
And we've got to
Offi was hot at the time, though. Offi was hot at the time.
They lost to last place Kifiskia yesterday.
Yeah, recently, right?
Yesterday.
Yeah.
And watch us drop points. We'll probably do a show because it's before Europe next.
Can't wait.
I leave it here. Watch us drop points.
We will.
Probably.
If we can figure out the defense, then we should be okay. If we can figure it out, if we can get Vezo back there, if we can get, even Richards, I wouldn't mind seeing Richards at left back. If Ortega needs a bit of competition in his spot, that's fine. 100%.
Put Richards in, not fucking Kimi.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If we can figure that out, we won't drop points, but if this continues,
if we play like we did today, we'll drop points.
No.
I'm not saying we'll lose. I'm saying we'll drop points. In the last one, or Tahoe, 13 minutes. I don't know what to say.
Sorry, the connection's kind of a bit off at the moment. It's a bit delayed.
That's probably on me. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we'll speed through the rest of it. There's no one else to really.
No, it's just Orta. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, 15 minutes. I don't know yet. That's about it for today, I think.
Carvajal gets an F.
Carvalhal gets an
he
F.
gets an F.
Yeah. Not even a
I'm
discussion.
sorry. I'm
Carvalhal gets
sorry.
an F.
I don't want to hate on the guy. Okay. I know that I am salty that he replaced Martinez. This is not who should be replacing Martinez, but he is the guy who replaced Martinez, and he's not doing a good job so far, in my opinion.
I've defended him on this show. Defended as much as you can defend the guy.
Yeah.
Carvalhal. I've tried to be positive on the show. I've tried to be positive against my own father, who was very correct. After today's press conference, he can fuck right
off. I dislike him. I don't think he's a good coach, and I don't think he has a good philosophy for the game. You got to bring in someone with some sort of philosophy and who can actually get some quality out of these players. He's so systemic, man. It's all system, but they're not playing the system because they don't want to play. These guys don't want to play, man.
Back to Astera. Like we got a coach Astera sacked, man. Like how dumb that.
You can see by his history what type of coach this is. And I knew as soon as I saw this coach come in, I'm like, oh my goodness, man, what?
If you told me,
questionable.
I think he was at Astera's maybe even like more than 10 years ago, honestly.
Yeah, it's been a while though, yeah.
If you told me then that this would be our coach in 10, 15 years, I'd laugh in your face.
The pedigree of the team just dropped. Like what we can do as a club now is so limited compared to 10 years ago. Like
10 years ago, our starting midfield was fucking Dominguez and Cambiaso.
We had some crazy players. Now it's a much different. But regardless, is there anything else that you wanted to talk about for today? Like,
no, I need to catch up on some. 2008, Carvalhal was in Astera.
Wow.
I need to catch up on some things as well. Like I've told you, the things that Kuyas came out and said, I completely erased them. And we'll cover it. We'll cover it all.
Yeah. Do you want to continue for tonight or?
No. I'm spent.
It's late for you. I gotta get going anyway. I'm just leaving the house.
Pretty sure this is the longest show.
One of them, yeah. Well, the first one that you and I did together was long.
That was like 120. This is 2 hours.
Yeah, it's a long one. Oh, there's so much to talk about. But regardless,
am I okay? Am I back?
Yes, you're good. You're good. Yeah. That's okay. We're wrapping up anyway. But
and the thing that shows how much of a shit show this club is that we still have so much to talk about.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? I feel like we went into such depth today with everything, and I feel like we need another show just to wrap up the rest of what we were talking about today. You know, so check us out on all socials. It's Trilos Global. Just
everywhere.
Yeah, give us some messages, write some comments, let us know if you'd want to see another show where we can just touch up on some of the things we were discussing today. I think we're both caught up in the heat of the moment right now. We're both kind of spewing out some anger because this is just not what we expected from today. Well, not expected, but we expect to see some progress. We're not seeing it. We want to talk about it. Give us some feedback on all socials. Give us some recommendations for what you want us to talk about, because there's tons to talk about. But I think this is where we're going to end it, huh, Dionisi?
Yeah.
Good place to end it. Yeah. 2 hours in. Yeah. We'll wrap it up. But yeah, thanks for watching. Thank you, Dionisi, for joining me today. It's been a pleasure, and we'll be back soon enough. Yeah. Well, again, take care. Follow us on socials again if you guys want to see another midweek show. But thanks for joining us for today. Take care.